There's three friends who start a show, James, Zeus, and Pedro, and they called it the Markout Mania. They talk wrestling a lot, along with movies and other stuff. And today is the 150th episode. It's time for Markout Mania. We're live on Markout Mania.
I was like, it was like the Sopranos ending. It just stopped. I was like, good job, Pedro. Good job.
Hey, thank you. Hola, amigos, and welcome to the Markout Mania.
We are marking our way to Mania.
Yeah.
This is our 150th episode.
150 episodes. Who would have thunk it?
And for the 150th time, we've got James, the Extreme Sorno. How are you?
I am doing well, my friend. Thank you. I can't believe we're here for the 150th episode of Markout Mania. We've been doing it. We're crazy.
And Hark from the skies. Krakow. It's the god of thunder.
Krakow.
How are you?
I'm here.
Zeus.
I'm here.
Krakow. That's your new name. Yo, Krakow, how you doing?
Oh, you're now. You didn't know you were Polish, right? You're Krakow, Poland. No,
Krakow, yeah. I'll go hang out with Krakow. I'll see you later.
Can you imagine if that was like his gangster name or something?
Yeah. Yo, don't fuck with me. I'm gonna go get Krakow.
Or like Krakatoa,
Yeah, Krakatoa, yeah. We got Krakow from Krakatoa. Watch it.
Oh my god.
Good stuff. 150 episodes. Wow.
Crazy stuff, man.
Who would have thought we've been doing this?
Right? Three and a half years. And we managed to not get a single wrestler on in the entire time.
Isn't that awesome? See?
Yeah.
We do not sell out.
Hey, Zeus, you're technically incorrect. You are technically incorrect. We've had two wrestlers on this show.
We had? Who's that?
We had Thunder Rosa and I can't.
It was just guest cameos.
Yeah.
That's true.
Katrina.
That's true.
Yeah,
Katrina. That's right. Katrina. Right. That's right. That was an awesome show that day from Knuckle Cave, man. That was good stuff.
That episode was fun because James and I were like dying, floundering, trying to do all kinds of things.
Pedro and I were singing songs, taking it was brutal. We were singing songs while Zeus was doing interviews with actual wrestlers. There's something wrong with that picture.
I'll do a meet and greet. I wasn't interviewing anybody.
It was fun stuff, man. About 150 times, man. All the pre-shows, the post-shows, all the jokes, all the times Zero's mom got abused. Fun times, man, you know?
Oh, my God.
That's right.
Oh, my goodness. Hey. So, yeah, with 150 episodes.
Started off talking about Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it started, right?
Yeah, just in time for it to end.
Yeah. Boy, we suck.
We got that last season.
We suck. We said, let's start a podcast about Lucha Underground, and it ends.
And then we're like, let's keep it going.
I want to give a quick shout out before I forget. Lord Lux, my man, who was at the AEW show last night in Miami, will be back there tonight, live in Miami at AEW. So have fun, buddy. Have a good time.
Man, he's going. They're having it 2 nights in a row.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was there last night, and then he's going there tonight again. So he should be going. He's getting his AEW fill.
I'm
So,
sure.
He can have it for all of us.
Lord.
Zeus,
I tell you something about having guests on. We've had great guests. We've had Meef, we've had Casey and Angie and Double Y Double H and
Kaiju Queen and Melissa.
Kaiju Queen, Melissa,
Zero.
yeah, and Zero, yeah.
Yeah, and the whole thing is, like with like having, like when I did the MMA show and we had fighters on quite a bit. Questions, guys, that they haven't been asked a million times. So, to take that stupidity, out of the equation, it's pretty nice not to have to stress out and try to ask somebody a question that they haven't been asked a million times. So
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
also,
I've been very
we had my friend Don on once.
Yeah, Don.
And,
Don, Brian Bell, yeah.
And no, Brian Bell hasn't been on.
He's been on.
Just in the chat. But and then we had
Zeus's friend. Yeah,
we had your friend from Man-Eating Cake Comics.
Yeah, Evil J.
Yeah,
Evil J learning his talents, his knowledge.
And Man-Eating Cake Comics, the one of them started a Patreon this week, but
yeah, Jason Oreo Punk.
Yeah, Oreo Punk. That was it.
Yeah. And Angie and Casey are members of the Five Timers Club.
Yeah, I mean Casey's like
9 times or some shit.
Over 5.
They got their velvet jackets made in Venezuela, so they're good.
Right. We got them at the same factory that the Horseman jackets are made of.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Fake satin and plastic stitching.
So yeah, we've had a lot of good guests. We've done all kind of episodes. Like we've done wrestling episodes. Like I would say the giant majority is wrestling, but we've done episodes on movies. We've done episodes on candy.
Yeah.
We've done episodes on toys.
Yep.
Robots.
X-Men.
Yeah, comic books. We've done comic books. Hey, speaking of comic books, what's this? People are bad mouthing Jack Kirby.
Who's bad mouthing Jack Kirby?
It seems like there's something like people are propping up I guess this new Eternals thing by putting down Jack Kirby, but I don't understand why that's happening.
I'm gonna have to look. Hang on, I'm switching out.
Okay.
That's you putting down Kirby for what?
Yeah, like they're saying his art sucks or something. I don't know.
They're saying his art sucks?
I know.
It's
unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
No, that can't be right. That can't be right. That can't.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine, right? Because
who's saying his art sucks? I want to meet the person who says his art sucks.
It's just you'd have to just look up like Jack Kirby on Twitter.
Oh, I'm seeing this tweet.
And apparently there's
so this guy's Yeah, okay. So this guy's
no,
saying
the-
art is magnificent.
yeah,
So,
but if you look up Jack Kirby on Twitter, you'll find more things. So here's someone saying, so someone posted like those some pages, and then people were saying, "Oh, so complete nonsense gibberish about like his art," and then someone else said, "This is ugly."
What?
And someone said, quite possibly one of the ugliest things I've ever seen. Literally incomprehensible. I'm obsessed. Which that's a interesting reaction.
wow, that's some dumbass shit right there.
You know, I'm going to say something. Art is subjective. I get that because it is, but there are but there are a few things that are not. Jack Kirby's art is fantastic. He's one of the best in the business. That's hands down. That's universally known. I mean, that's it. End of story. I mean, his Eternals, his work in the Eternals, it's supposed to look like that. It's supposed to look like there's like a billion things going on in each panel. That's the whole point of the Eternals. I mean, that's the whole point.
But I will say, the more I look at this, seems like it's more people defending Jack Kirby, and
Well, good. I would hope
like
so.
it's a more minority saying bad things about his art.
Brutal. That's not good.
Well, you know, the one thing that people just for one thing they don't understand, you know, I mean, the man died in '94, and you know, he started drawing comics in what 1940, 1939, something like that, and you know, his work. You know, when you're a pioneer of something, when there's, you know, there's no styles to really, you know, base yourself on, especially when you're immersed in work. You know, you're talking about you're able to build your own style. You know, and what he did with his anatomy was so dynamic. You know, he's punching through the pages, which, you know, brought him so much recognition. But his love for, you know, technology and different ways of thinking about circuits and how things are made and presented is just, you know, it's amazing. I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I think of Kirby. I mean, how do you not think of Captain America and Fantastic Four? Right?
Oh yeah, I mean, he's, you know, it's just everything Marvel is him. But when you look at stuff like you're saying, you know, like the Eternals and the Celestials and all the Kirby tech he did for you know, things like AIM and
yeah,
you know, all that amazing background stuff. I mean, his stuff with just like you said, the Fantastic Four, you know, he did so much of that. You know, I mean, it became a term. But Kirby tech is a term that people know in comics.
And copied.
Right. Yeah. Copied, emulated. I mean,
even in the animated What If series on Disney Plus, right? The last two episodes is What If Ultron had won, right?
Uh-huh.
And, you know, so, you know, like, Ultron takes over the Vision's body and stuff like that. So, like, he becomes all powerful. So he's aware of the Watcher. And the way they draw the Watcher, with the power coming out of all the Vision's hands and everything, it's all Kirby tech.
Right. It's probably Kirby
all the Kirby plasma stuff and all. It's all that. So it's all tribute to him. So it's awesome, man. So even now they're still doing it. So it's amazing.
You know how people be.
Anyway, speaking of our episodes, I you know, I hate to switch it back to it because, you know, I was getting upset when people say Kirby sucked. That pissed me off. You know, I'd start suplexing people early in the morning.
Yes, our episode.
You know, one of my favorite times of the year, every time we do our Shark Week episodes. I love those.
Oh yeah.
I love talking about the shark flicks and like like all that Shark Week stuff. I mean, come on, man, Sharktopus rules.
Yeah, and it's funny because this year we really didn't get into Shark Week, proper,
Yeah.
Right.
as far as this, but it's not our fault. The programming was not there. I watched some of it.
It was not there, Zeus. You're absolutely correct. It was not there.
So, but I mean, there have been, we did, a couple other ones at least that were pretty good.
Even Air Shark wasn't the same this year.
Our shark episode was pretty fun this year. Still,
Yeah.
I mean,
remember Shark.
Yeah, we talked Toxic Shark, and then I was watching the Trailer Park Shark while we were.
Yeah, that was awesome. I like when they electrocuted, started to dance.
Yeah, he started.
Trailer Park Shark. That's awesome. All those episodes are good, man. I love having everybody on, because it's always fun times, It's always so good.
We've had a lot of great episodes.
I like having Zero on. That's fun.
We haven't had Zero on in a while.
Yeah, I know. I think he's scared to come back on. Zero's my hero. Woo! That's good stuff. Good stuff.
Stuff. And of course, we've got to go back. We got to revisit. We got to agree upon, like, maybe one or two more Shaw Brothers movies, and like do a deep dive together on one of those.
By far, our most watched episode by a large margin is the Shaw Brothers episode.
Yeah,
that's what YYHH killed it.
I mean, I think we all kind of killed it, really. I mean,
yeah, that's true. You were the professor, we were the students.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to see what the views are on this.
So that was a good episode.
Yeah, it's still like 60,000.
Yeah, it's currently at 60,630 views.
That's kind of hot. That's only 4 views shy of Mrs. Zero's Friday Night Show.
Damn.
Ooh, that was for you, Zero. That was for you, buddy.
That's right.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
Yeah, we go back. We go back. We're gonna we'll do another one. I tell you, I loved Iron Flag. It's also called The Spearman. That's a good one.
I think we gotta do Kid with the Golden Arm, man.
Yeah, we can do that one too. I mean, that's
a classic in my book.
Well,
it's really the one that kicked off. It's really like their first movie together.
Which one?
I think Kid with the Golden Arm was their first. It might have been their first successful one.
It was the first, then and then you get Venoms, 5 Deadly Venoms. And even before that, you can go 5 Figures of Death. I mean, we can go a whole bunch of stuff.
If we did another Shaw Brothers episode, we can all just pick a movie and we can we can make sure we all have access to said movie. Then we all pick a movie.
I just go to my brother's house. He's got all that shit. He's got all that shit. He's got everything. I'll just watch one. He's like the Blockbuster of Shaw Brothers.
I've got quite a few on.
Yeah, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing I don't have a lot of. I don't have a lot of karate flicks. I have like maybe a handful, like 5. But. Yeah.
We're going way back now with the slang, calling them karate flicks, James.
Karate flicks.
I was transported to like a very long time ago. All of a sudden, like, what? I used to call
karate flicks. Yeah. Yep.
Karate flicks.
Karate flicks. Yeah. 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 Karate Yo, man, you got any karate flicks? Yes,
There's gonna be
dude.
so many people offended right now. Like, damn it.
I know, it's all right. I don't care.
Kung Fu is pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some rice cakes.
Pancakes,
Yeah.
Don't you want to fight?
Mm-hmm.
Goodness.
Young Kung Fu is not as good as mine. I used to love every Saturday morning, Channel 5. Boom.
Yeah, ours was channel 48.
Mm-hmm. That was a good episode. I mean, we've had so many good episodes, man. And there's been good artwork too. Like, you know, like when Zeus draws us with a mullet. You know, he drew me with a mullet. That was awesome. And then Pedro drew the one with the Sandman. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, no beer for the Sandman.
Yeah, that was an awesome drawing. So it's like, you know, like all the artwork has been perfect too, man. You know, it's just it's like all around good stuff.
We haven't done an art graphic in a while.
We haven't done the ECW episode in a while either.
Right? Yeah, we really only did the one ECW.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Well, I think that was enough too. We were like, no beer for the Sandman.
He's looking at you with an open hand, and
I thought he was gonna clock the shit out of me. I would have sold it too.
and then there was the great WrestleCade wrap up episode where I'm telling you about the battle royal and Pedro started playing the NRC.
Yeah, man, that was awesome. I got all hyped up. That was great. That was a great episode, man. Because I was all into it. I got all hyped up. That was hot. All those WrestleCade episodes were really good.
Yeah, WrestleCade, it's a great show. There's no doubt that.
Yeah.
You know, we've had a lot of talk about, you know, leading up to them and going to them. I mean, I went to 5. I mean, that's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's outstanding.
I hate I'm gonna miss them this year. They put on some, you know, AML's put on some great cards this year, and
You know, that was another thing too, was that, you know, we were able to go actually see some wrestling and then
WAP.
and then come back and talk about it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I didn't see live wrestling since 2002, and then we started doing this show, and then I went to Ring of Honor in 2019, January 2019. So that was my first show in like what is that, 17 years or something?
Yeah, I was the same way. I hadn't gone to a show in years, and then it was my first show I went to in a while because of the podcast. And I went to the Ring of Honor show as well.
and then it fucked you up.
Yeah, it fucked me up, boy. Landing me in the hospital. Well, you know, after the encounter, you know, after I had that encounter with halitosis chick, it put me in the hospital, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, between her and Camille, I had nightmares for a week.
And you got to see the Jay Lethal smashing the purple belt.
I got to see Jay Lethal smash the purple belt. Yep, and the Ring of Honor debut of Roosh. Yeah,
and you got to see Mayu Iwatani.
I got to see Mayu Iwatani. Yep, I got to see Pedro's wife. Yeah,
that's not my wife. That is not my wife.
Yeah, I got to see the Mac. I got to hold the fucking U.S. title.
You got to hold the belt. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh yeah. Yep. I was hanging with the Mac. I was blowing kisses at Gumby, telling him he sucked. So yeah, it was fun times.
Oh man, so I'm looking at all the thumbnails and stuff now.
I was supposed to go to that super show, that fucking Ring of Honor New Japan show, but that car was looking unbelievable, man.
That would have been a good show.
That would have been a really good show.
Yep.
Yeah, 5 Venoms was first. I don't know what the hell I was thinking.
Yeah, 5 Deadly Venoms. Yeah. Yep. And then it was afterwards. It was Kid with the golden arm, and then there was something else afterwards. No.
No, you wouldn't believe it. There's a lot. There's a lot in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 5 Deadly Venoms, Invincible Shaolin, Crippled
Invincible Shaolin. Yes, I remember that.
That's another good one. Crippled Avengers.
Crippled Avengers is another classic.
Yeah. Life Gamble? I don't know that one.
Never heard of that.
Also called Life Combat. Shaolin Rescuers, or the Avenging Warriors of Shaolin. Shaolin Daredevils, the Daredevils. I've got that. Magnificent Ruffians. That's also called the Destroyers. Then Kid with the Golden Arm.
Thank you. Okay. How about Flying Guillotine? Is that in there?
It's not part of the Venom Mob.
Right. That's true. Right. Not part of Venom Mob.
It might have been. It should be before that.
So you were looking at the thumbnails, Pedro?
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the thumbnails. We did a Halloween Havoc episode in 2018. I don't even remember us doing that.
Yeah, didn't we book that? Didn't we book that? Didn't we book that episode? Yeah, right? Yeah.
Oh, was that the one, the fantasy booking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, there's some good stuff.
Because we booked a modern day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might have been like a dream. No, I think it was like an all WWF one, wasn't it? Because I think we had the Brothers of Destruction against Demolition.
Yeah. It was all WWF. Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I don't remember at all.
It was pretty good.
Flying Guillotine, 1975.
Thank you, Mr. Zeus.
Thank you, Mr. Wikipedia.
Okie dokie.
Mr. Mrs. They them Wikipedia, whoever.
Exactly.
But yeah, that card I posted yesterday. Did you guys see that? Is WWF house show I went to in Greensboro. It was October 24th.
Let me pull it up. Yes.
That's who's on that show?
Everybody.
Yeah.
I said everybody.
You not. It was everybody.
Yeah, look at this card's pretty crazy. So you got a 3-way tag team match: Kurgan and Golga versus Hardy Boys versus Too Much.
Oh, but Too Much. You saw Too Much? Oh, that's funny.
I saw him several times.
Yeah.
Bradshaw versus the Godfather of the Nation.
Yeah.
Edge
and that was during the age of the Bradshaw drinking game.
Oh,
okay, yeah.
You take a drink every time he pulls his trunks up over his belly.
Yeah.
Edge versus Gangrel.
I don't remember that one incredibly, but yeah.
Val Venus versus Goldust.
Val Penis.
Legion of Doom.
Talk about an overly sexual match.
Yeah.
Legion of Doom 2000 versus Disciples of Apocalypse. Who are the Disciples of Apocalypse?
That was the Bruise Brothers.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And that was
LOD 2000 with Sonny?
Yeah.
No, well, Sonny had quit already.
And
yeah, Draws was
okay.
And it was Animal and Draws with Hawk on the outside, and it was I was very unhappy. And nothing against Draws. I just didn't want to. I wanted to see Hawk and Animal.
Yeah. It was a good thing you saw Draws. Look what happened.
Yeah, poor guy.
But, yeah.
For the European title, X-Pac defending against Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. That wasn't a bad match.
Tag team title match, New Age Outlaws defending against Mark Henry and D'Lo Brown.
This is a house show, Zeus?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
The New Age Outlaws were easily in the very top most over wrestlers on the card. Like they got as big a pop as The Rock, Stone Cold, Undertaker.
Oh, you didn't know?
Right.
Yeah, they were stupid over back in the
day.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
Yeah,
Generation X proudly brings to you.
Yeah. They were the girls were flashing themselves. They were
that stuff used to happen. Yeah. A triple threat match for the Intercontinental title. Ken Shamrock defending against The Rock and Vader.
Yeah.
This got to be a super show, isn't it? So no, this is just a regular house show.
Just a house show for Greensboro.
Holy shit!
And James, and then wait till you hear the main event. Non-sanctioned fatal 4-way match with special referee Gerald Briscoe. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Undertaker versus Mankind versus Kane.
Holy shit! That's kind of hot.
It's right here.
No.
That's a hell of a card.
They never put that on video. Shit, man, they should put that on video. That's a hell of a card.
They probably did it in several places though.
Yeah, it was probably market specific,
I remember when we were waiting for the show to start. I mean, we were there early, and the way that it's funny the way that the Coliseum is set up. There's a big walkway to take into the Coliseum, and underneath that walkway is a drive-through where you can like make deliveries to catering and stuff like that, and it also takes you from one parking lot to the other, but you like regular people can't get through there. But that's also where the wrestlers were getting dropped off at or taking their rental cars to. And I remember Big Show, no, it wasn't Big Show. It was like Kane. And he was stuffed into this Chevy Impala.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And you're just like, oh my God. It's like he's just too big for that car. So, but yeah, and I think Tori was with X-Pac in that.
Oh,
show.
I remember that run. Yeah, I remember that with Tori was with X-Pac.
Yeah. So, but that was October 24th. So, I figured we wouldn't get a chance to talk about it. As it got closer to, but that was 98, I think.
Well, what you posted today in the chat too significant too because 38 years ago today it was the magnificent Don Morocco actually beating Jimmy Superfly Snuka in a steel cage in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
38 years, Jesus, long time.
Somebody tried to say the other day that that it's different now because somebody was like, Roman should beat Bruno's reign.
Who should beat Bruno's reign? Who?
Roman Reigns.
Oh my God! Reign. They're not going to leave a title in it for 6 years.
8.
Yeah, 8.
I'm like, yeah. They were like, yeah. Well, Bruno only had to go to the Garden once a month. He didn't have to defend his title. Oh, shut the fuck! And people, I didn't even have to. There was like 40 people in the reply going, "Hey, he did defend the title a lot."
Yeah, you did.
Hey, shout out to YYH in the chat room.
Double Y, Double H. Our first ever listener.
Yeah, our most loyal viewer.
Our most loyal viewer, our compatriot, Double Y, Double H, Y2, H2, baby.
Thanks for visiting us from around the world at a different time. And
yes. Thanks for either waking up early or staying up late, depending on where you're at. We were talking about our Shaw Brothers episode. Why you missed it?
Yeah.
Most loyal, indeed. But yeah, that's Bruno defended his title all the time. You just never heard it because there wasn't internet back then.
Yeah, there was no internet. It wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. If you weren't there, you only knew from, magazines.
Exactly.
Right.
But But I mean,
He was offended a lot in Pennsylvania, right? He used to do the Allentown loop, right? Allentown, Hamburg, and
Pittsburgh?
yeah, I think was it Pittsburgh? Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, he was big and he was huge in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that was a 3-city loop that the WWF would always do back then.
You're the expert on that.
Yeah.
Well, they did Boston and Toronto a lot too, didn't
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's Bruno is absolutely popular in Toronto.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you've never seen the Bruno Giant Baba matches from the late 60s into the early 70s, those are worth checking out.
Yeah.
I mean, they're stupid good matches. They're really good.
His matches against Stan Hansen.
Oh yeah.
I mean that. Stan Hansen broke his neck, and they came back. They had match of the year.
How good was Bruno? Well, I mean, but people say he's overrated. People say he's underrated.
People can't appreciate that style of wrestling from a long time ago.
But that is true.
I mean, it's like I can't remember how many months ago I mentioned on here. I think that I seen this comment where people were saying, they can't all be wrestling clinics like Darby Allin versus this and this, and it was
Darby Allin's name should never be Darby Allin and wrestling clinic should never be in the same fucking sentence. Okay.
The point I'm making here is that
ending one.
The fans. Holy shit, Zeus. But the point I'm saying is that fans today don't understand, like they don't have that viewing experience, right?
No,
they don't
I
have
agree.
that kind of like knowledge, so they can't process they can't process different styles and things. They're just not going to get it,
Yeah.
So it just, it is what it is. But yeah, Bruno was great. His son, maybe not so much, but
no.
Although I did see a fairly decent David Sammartino match once in the AWA. It was against Stan Hansen.
Oh wow!
They were just being stiff. I mean, of course, it's Stan Hansen. It's going to be stiff, but
Stan had to be stiff because he couldn't see it.
Yeah.
David Sammartino was a huge flop. I'm sorry.
Well, huge. I mean, we've said this before that second generation talent is rarely mediocre. It's usually bad or great.
True.
Right.
I mean, whatever those wrestling genes are, you don't get some of them.
Yeah.
You get none of them or you get all of them.
Dominic, excuse me.
The hatred for Dominic Mysterio.
Garbage.
Yeah. This is a total aside, but I've been going through some of my cards on that WWE Slam game.
Yeah,
because I'm trying to prepare for this is in the future for looking at cards, doing an episode on the WWE Slam, and so going through cards that I hadn't seen since I started playing the game or whatever. Like every time I see like a Dominic Mysterio card, I laugh and I want to include it and make comments about James's favorite wrestler. But
you should. He's horrible. When Pat McAfee is better than you, something's wrong.
Hey.
Actually, you want to see a good match? Watch this past week's NXT UK A-Kid versus Ilya Dragunov. That's a good match.
Yeah, I need to see it. I wish James that I had watched it this morning instead of watching the buy-in for Rampage on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Zeus, do you want to know why I watched the buy-in?
For Bryan Danielson versus Minoru?
Because you said this week in our chat that you were gonna watch it. So
I was interested to watch it. I have not yet.
So you see, this is why I watched it. I assumed you had watched it. So I was like, well, we're probably going to talk about it. And then I
were you impressed?
I'm the only dumbass to watch this.
I mean, I heard it was a barn burner, wasn't it?
Well, you know, the match wasn't Brian Danielson versus Minoru Suzuki. The match wasn't bad. You know, it's a Suzuki style match. You know what his match is going to be now, right? It's going to
Yeah,
be.
at this age, he's not going to do anything crazy. You know,
I mean,
he's
he's gonna
just going to stiff you. That's it. Yeah.
You're going to have the strike exchanges. They're going to make
Mhm.
the faces.
Mhm.
People are going to get welts and bruises and stuff.
Yep, and then he buys you a beer afterwards for taking a beating. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, it's what you know. He gave Danielson a cut on his cheek, like from one of his elbows, and then Danielson was kicking him so hard in the chest, like Suzuki had like a little bit of blood coming off his chest. So yeah, it was stiff. You know, the match is fine in that sense. If you like Suzuki matches, like you know, in the last 2 years or so, if you like what his style of matches have become, it's you know, it's a Suzuki match. But there's these elements to the match that were how do I word this? Made it painful. It was a very painful viewing because these commentators, fuck, it was
What?
Excalibur, Taz, and Ricky Starks.
That's a award-winning lineup right there. What are you talking about?
And first off, Ricky Starks, he's useless in this role. He says barely anything. And when he says, he just every, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes, he'll just suddenly speak up like, oh yeah, this. And that's it. You don't hear from him for another 5 or so minutes. And he's just useless. He's not doing anything.
He's busy playing with the FTW strap.
Yeah, probably. But then Taz and the Excalibur fuck is just like it's just all, you know, AEW. Oh, this is amazing. This is great. Oh, this is this, and like nothing has happened. Like before the match has even started, Bryan Daniels' music is still playing. He just hit the ring. His music's still playing. The crowd is chanting, "This is awesome!" and "Holy shit!" His music's still playing, right? So you know what I'm talking about. He just hit the ring. His music's still playing, and Excalibur's like, "This is amazing! This is incredible!" Oh no, he's like, "What a match!" And you're just like, "Nothing. The match hasn't even happened."
Captain Kirk went into space. Who cares? We got Brian Danielson's in the ring. Yeah, it's amazing.
What? Captain Kirk wishes he was here instead of space.
That is the greatest firework display since the Macy's 4th of July Spectacular. Look at this. And it's indoors, ladies and gentlemen.
But I mean, as the match, I complained about this with Omega Danielson, didn't I? Like the entire match is just them being like, "This is amazing. This is awesome. This is all what a."
That's why you got to put your TV on mute and watch the match.
Oh, I wish they had an option where you didn't have the commentary. It would be so much better. And this is all wrestling. But it struck me the stuff that people used to complain about with Michael Cole and WrestleManias. You know how like you'll have WrestleMania and Michael Cole will just be like, "Oh, what a WrestleMania moment! He's having a WrestleMania moment." So imagine a promotion where all the commentary is this for basically any match. Like, "Oh, what a moment! Oh my God, what a match! Oh, you're seeing amazing things!" Oh, and maybe all they did was just like look at each other and pop their knuckles.
Brian Danielson got a wedgie. That is the most important wedgie in the history of AEW, ladies and gentlemen, because it happened live.
And then I don't mean to. Well, okay, I do mean to shit on this crowd. What's with these crowds? Why are they just? Why is like anything like, "Oh, this is awesome! Oh, this is amazing!" Chant.
My friend Lord Lux was there live. He was there live. He said they're very cult-like. It's a cult.
Chant. Then that fucking referee, Bryce something, Hemsberg or whatever his name is, Hamburger, whatever his name is. Fuck this guy. I complained about him a few shows ago. I know, but he does nothing. he doesn't even pretend to officiate a match. This is one of the things that bothers me in modern referees. The ones who do nothing. They just stand there and maybe they make like Brian Daniel and what's his face are hitting each other and he'll just be like, oh, he'll just like do reactions, but no officiating. Like there was one point, Daniel Bryan had him in the ropes and he's like stomping or kicking at him, and the referee's not saying anything about Suzuki being in the ropes, like, oh, separate, nothing like that, right? Like no pretense of officiating.
Yeah.
He just wants to
Zeus, what the hell did you send us? What is that? With the Millers?
It's the Kenta posted it. Apparently,
oh my God!
It's where the Millers with all great O'Con faces.
Oh my God! Good job.
I would pay to see that movie.
Yeah.
Oh
Great O'Con is all if they did a face app on the whole movie and the whole movie is Great O'Con.
One of them is Kenta, one of them is Ishii, one of them is Ibushi, and one's Great O'Con.
Oh, is it just one? Oh,
yeah.
It is. Okay, yeah. Oh,
that's
yeah.
There's
Ibushi, Ishii. Yeah, it's very funny.
That's funny.
But yeah, the crowd, the fucking referee. There's all these elements that brought the whole thing, like, I don't know. So it's like watch a Suzuki match, but with these things to make you feel pain. Here, that's my experience with that. I wish I'd watched NXT UK instead, James.
You should have, because it was a good show, actually. I haven't watched NXT UK in a long time, and you know what? I decided to watch it this morning out of the blue. And don't ask me who was wrestling, because I completely forgot their names again. My some-timers kicked in, because I was trying to explain it to Paige early this morning, and I couldn't figure out. In the opening match, is just two women fighting. One is Stevie.
I'll find out.
Yeah, I forgot the other woman's name. She's the heel. Yeah, she's the heel. And she reminds me of a young Taya. So I think she's somebody to look out for. But the A-Kid Ilya Dragunov match, very good. And I don't think they left the ring at all. It was a lot of submission based. It was almost like watching a Gumby match. Almost. But actually hard hitting. You know?
That's funny.
You watched NXT as well, right?
Yes, I did. I thought NXT was pretty good. I thought it was okay. Swerve Scott was your North American champion because he's now him and Hit Row going up to SmackDown. So it makes sense because he cut a promo early in the show saying that he's going to take the North American Championship to SmackDown with him. So that's not going to happen.
Right.
So you figure he's got to drop the strap, right? Okay. So earlier they did a vignette where Hero gets captured by Legado del Fantasma. Okay, they get kidnapped. So that's funny.
Yeah, I saw that on the video around on Twitter.
So now you have in the main event you got Swerve Scott versus Fantasma, or Pablo Escobar. Excuse me. And they're having a really good match. Except for one spot where Pablo Escobar tries to do the 5-star splash. It turns out being a half-star dud. Okay? But that aside, it was a very good match. Okay? I like this finish. So, the match is going on. Swerve Scott and Fantasma are selling the shit out of each other's moves. Good stuff. And here comes Legado del Fantasma comes out. But and then they try to jump Swerve Scott. But there's no Hit Row, right? So out comes Carmelo Hayes and his henchman. I forgot his henchman's name. Some dude. And they beat the shit out of Legado del Fantasma, right? So they go back in the ring. Swerve Scott, he does his move. He does the 450, does his move, does everything. And he gets the 1, 2, 3 on Fantasma. And still North American champion, Isaiah Swerve Scott. You're like, what? Wait a minute. He's going to take the belt with him to SmackDown? And the crowd is stunned. So here comes Carmelo Hayes, raises Swerve Scott's arm, and everybody's clapping. And Carmelo Hayes turns around and clotheslines the shit out of Swerve Scott. and starts beating the shit out of him. And he takes his contract that he won as the NXT Breakout Star of the Year, whatever that contest was,
Yeah.
and he cashes it in. And they have a match, and he starts beating the shit out of Swerve. And he goes to pin him. 1, 2, Swerve kicks out. And Swerve starts beating the shit out of Carmelo Hayes. And we're like, oh my God, Swerve is going to go to SmackDown the North American Championship. And then something clicks to Carmelo, and he does full heel tactics. And he's beating the living daylights out of Swerve. And I give Swerve credit in the world. He sold it all. Hayes gets the 1, 2, 3. He's your new North American champion. And he goes full blown heel. The crowd is booing the shit. And I'm like, that's how you get somebody over. And he's embracing it. And I'm like, okay, that's a good move. Now I'm looking forward to how SmackDown will ruin Swerve Scott and Hit Row.
So an update on the NXT UK. So we had Blair Davenport versus.
That's her name, Blair Davenport.
Okay, Blair
there you
Davenport was B. Priestley.
Yeah.
I used to shit on a ton.
Yeah.
In Stardom, but then she actually improved because I guess she injured one too many people, and she at some point she just
It's B. Priestley. I meant to forget to tell you that it was B. Priestley. Yeah.
So it was B. Priestley versus Stevie Turner, then Flash Morgan Webster versus Shaw Samuels, and then
Shaw Samuels lost a lot of weight. Pedro, he looks good.
Yeah, he became a dad in the last 2 days too.
But it was a good show. But the NXT show was good. You know who's over? Mandy Rose.
Oh yeah.
The whole toxic thing. It's getting over. It's getting over. I'm digging it.
She's challenging Raquel sometime in the future, right?
Yep, at Halloween Havoc. So it should be interesting. But but this new gimmick for Mandy Rose is working.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are digging it. You know, she's the evil Tomb Raider look, and
and
at least they're not doing anything really stupid like making her have a fake British accent.
Yeah. Thank God.
And I mean,
or having to make out with Otis in somebody's backyard.
Oh my God. What I was gonna say is, she's the way that she's working in the ring is better as well.
Yeah, she's totally improved. I give her kudos.
I think she's making more use of her talents, right? Like she's a muscular girl, and she's fighting like a muscular girl.
Exactly. Sure. Yeah. So she's throwing lethal forearms and stuff like that. I mean, good stuff.
And not for nothing, she has a much better pump knee than Kenny Omega by like a lot. So
it's good. It's good. Her and Jeannie Dolan and the other chick. Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good. I am digging Toxic Attraction. Only thing they need is Mrs. Zero as their manager. Be off the hook.
Oh God.
Oh,
Did she fit in with those?
What? You see Mrs. Zero in a green tutu? Be off the hook.
Never seen her in her moment. I mean,
yeah.
So, any other wrestling from this week?
I didn't see the SmackDown Super Show last night. I didn't see it. I saw Raw, but I couldn't tell you what happened because it was that uneventful for me. It was on in the background, so I don't remember shit about Raw.
I think the only other wrestling I saw this week, like that's fairly recent, was I saw the opening match of the Stardom pay-per-view from last week, and it was Ruaka beating Unagi for the future title. So but I haven't seen the rest of that show. So.
How is that kid?
It was all right. What was interesting to me in that match was it really emphasized to me that the person taking moves kind of has a bigger role in making moves look good. than the person actually executing the move. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because like Ruaka could sell and bump for moves better than Unagi could sell and bump for moves for her.
Cool.
But
I didn't see
yeah.
much wrestling, but I did see Halloween Kills.
We're gonna watch that this weekend. Stephanie and I are watching that this weekend.
Yes,
Yeah.
Save the reviews. Maybe I'll get to see it.
Okay.
It's on Peacock.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll do a free trial of Peacock.
Mm-hmm. If you like the first one, it's well, I won't say nothing. I'll let you guys decide.
I've heard a lot of positive things. So let's see. But you know, of course, the star of watching our wrestle watching this week was Georgia Championship Wrestling from May 1984.
That was some good shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Wasn't it like 4 episodes or so? Kind of.
Yeah.
It was several put together.
Lots of Hollywood blondes. I was loving it.
Yeah, lots of Hollywood blondes.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you talk about a weird combo. I mean, they just kind of. I don't know how long they were around for. It couldn't have been, but it had to have been less than a year. But they packed their bags and kept on going and went somewhere else. But I don't think they ever came back again until like Rip Rogers was a jobber in like the early 90s.
Boy, Rip Rogers, whatever happened to him? He just disappeared, right?
He had a wrestling school, and he might have had a little promotion. But he got mad at me a few years ago because I said, we're on Twitter, and I was like going, surprises are great. And he is like, no, surprises are dumb. Sell tickets. And I'm like, yeah, but I mean, like the times where like, those moments like you get that are unforgettable, like when Ricky Steamboat came back, or like when the Midnight Express, where it was attacked by the original Midnight Express.
Yeah, that was awesome.
For that.
When Raven came out of nowhere and all of a sudden won the fucking ECW Tag Team Champions with fucking Tommy Dreamer that day, I was there. Yeah.
Right. It just you just can't say sell tickets. And
no.
He got mad. And he blocked me.
I hit him with a bolt of fucking lightning. He'll get over it.
The most recent in recent years, he's been involved in some like flame wars or whatever, like back and forth Twitter things with various wrestlers, like younger wrestlers and stuff. And then in the last year or two, he was on people's lips because he helped train Pat McAfee a bit for. Pat McAfee's.
Well, he did a good job because Pat McAfee was better than Dominic Mysterio, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, and he apparently he goes on Pat McAfee's podcast or radio show quite a bit. So,
but I was digging that Georgia Championship Wrestling. I love when Gordon Soley was he was interviewing the guys and the guys were cutting promo. I mean, especially with Tully Blanchard at the end. He goes, "We're out of time," and all of a sudden Tully Blanchard turns and looks at him and gives Gordon Soley the most brutal look, like, "How dare you cut me off?" That was awesome. That was good stuff.
That was an understated Tully Blanchard interview. He was.
Yeah.
He can,
That old school looking belt, man. Remember that belt, Zeus? That's the old school ones, man. Oh, man.
That was a whole family of those ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Whole bunch of those. Yeah.
Those NWA World Tag Team title belts look so nice, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about Ted DiBiase cutting promos?
Oh, DiBiase was great the entire down the whole deal, cutting promos, in the ring. He was great. I love the way they built up the him versus Garvin, and at the same time they're building up him versus Bob Armstrong. At the same time they're building up him versus like someone else.
God bless Bob Armstrong. I saw him getting in the ring throwing punches. I'm like, Jesus, look at him.
Oh,
Wow.
he cut a hell of a promo himself.
Yeah.
The one where he was outside and he was talking about the origin of the Canadian lumberjack match and
Yeah,
how the
yeah,
strap
yeah,
are in,
yeah.
and he was like, we're gonna get this leather, all this stuff. I was like, dang.
Bob Roop. Oh my God, I remember him.
Oh, see, I don't remember this guy at
No, you don't
all.
remember him? He
But
used to always come in the ring with the USA tights and all
right,
that shit. Yeah,
but like watching him, like when his look was awful, he looks kind of like an overweight John Voight or something.
yeah. He has a
Yeah,
bad
he
shape
does.
body. Yeah.
But he could beat the shit out of jobbers. It was
Mm-hmm.
like so entertaining to watch him just
Mm-hmm.
beat the hell out of jobbers.
And then you got to see the Road Warriors wrestle in your chaps. That's old school.
Yeah, that was for first year. There were no set designs on their on their face paint. It was just whatever
No.
the hell they
And
felt like.
Poor Ellie looked diesel, man. Just see him take off the
Yeah.
holy shit. I forgot how good he looked back in the day.
Yeah, I think he did some bodybuilding contests.
He was huge. I was like, yo, man, what happened to him? He shrunk.
Well, he had to retire from wrestling,
Right.
so that's why he became a manager, is because he was hurt. I believe it was his back. So
That guy was a monster. I'm like, holy shit, man. Look at Paul Ellery. He looked fantastic.
yeah, when you look at his a lot of his matches from the late 70s and early 80s, he's super jacked. He's he broke everything down to a science, because that's just the way his mind works.
Actually, he got a good promo, too, in the beginning.
Yeah.
It was pretty good stuff, man. I can watch that Georgia Championship Wrestling all day long, man.
Oh,
And they were showing the shit from All Japan. That was hot.
what about the Tommy Rich stuff?
Oh,
They were
God.
hyping him all to hell, and they had that Wild Eyed Southern Boy song. Like,
I can't listen. I can't listen to Tommy Rich promos, man. I just can't. He's hard. I just can't. I can't.
I was all into it.
But he spoke the way people instantly related to him.
No, yeah, I agree. I agree. And he was very over too. But I mean, on the list of NWA World Heavyweight Champions, he's got to be at the bottom of the barrel.
Well,
I mean, he's got to be close to it.
I'm like, do we have to pull up the list? It's gonna get sad.
well, I mean, there's other guys that
Yeah.
held it for they never even got their due. So I mean, at least he actually got it. I mean, there's nothing. And the thing was
who was the worst champion? Him or Kerry Von Erich?
Well, but Kerry Von Erich, that's a bigger moment. So.
Yeah, it was a moment. That was it. He was nondescript as a champ. That was all about that moment. It was all about that moment. That's it.
Well, it's like the when you hear the interviews and when people talk about it's like he had problems showing up. He had problems, with substances and things, and it's hard to say, how good some people could be. When there's obviously, he had the huge following in Texas, and it just, yeah, it just sucks, because it's like wasting.
It's a shame because when he was at WWF, he was over.
Yeah,
he was over there too.
Tornado.
Yeah.
I know. See, that was so weird to us. Like in Texas, it was so weird to see Kerry Von Erich as the Texas Tornado.
Well, the reason why they did that because they already had the Ultimate Warriors and the Road Warriors. So Vince was like, no more Warriors.
Well, but still, he could have been Kerry Von Erich.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
It's funny you say that, James, because at that one Survivor Series, he's on
Yeah.
Team Warrior.
Yeah, I know.
Ultimate Warrior, Legion of Doom, and Terry Von Erich were all in the same Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So but as Vince being Vince, brutal. But that Georgia Championship Wrestling show that you got us just was good. I mean, I enjoyed that. I mean, I did. I enjoyed that. And that's like right before it started to kick off, like right before it got real huge.
Yeah.
It was on the cusp.
Yeah, because it was about to become, it was right there becoming World Championship
Wrestling. Yep.
And and it was it was just getting that new intro that we in the outer space intro that we all knew.
Mm-hmm.
And TBS was growing, was expanding and getting into more cable systems too. Yeah. So it was just between the Atlanta Braves and World Championship Wrestling is what got TBS into more homes across the country, I'm sure.
That's something that Tony Khan didn't have to do. He just showed up and brought a TVC in here.
But Bob Roop, he was NCAA national champion.
Oh wow!
I'm assuming heavyweight, but and that was 1957.
Man, yeah. If y'all look at some of the NWA champions from like the 2000s on.
Well, that's when it's already. That's already. I'm talking about the. When it was the real NWA.
Right.
But if you look at the second revival, what was it? Ken Shamrock. Who else?
Dan Severn, Chris
Candido. Yeah.
I mean, Shane Douglas. He held the belt for about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
He threw it down.
Didn't Ron Killings hold the belt too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
R-Truth, Ron Killings.
Oh yeah, twice.
Yeah.
Twice?
Yep.
Yeah, good time.
Yeah, okay. So look, here's from like the TNA history. You had Ken Shamrock, then Ron Killings, then Jeff Jarrett, then AJ Styles, then Jeff Jarrett, then AJ Styles, then Ron Killings, then Jeff Jarrett, then Ray Gonzalez, then Jeff Jarrett, then AJ Styles, then Raven, then Jeff Jarrett, then Rhino, then Jeff Jarrett, then Christian Cage, then Jeff Jarrett, then Sting, Abyss, Christian Cage, and then it changes to, the TNA title, so NWA and TNA separate. And then you have Adam Pearce. Brent Albright has it for a month. Then Adam Pearce again. Then Blue Demon Jr. Then Adam Pearce again. Then Colt Cabana. Then the Sheik.
Boy, that's weird.
Who he's
the Sheik
in MLW. He's the guy who runs Contra. Like I can't remember what his name is, but he's that manager who runs Contra.
Yeah.
Okay, he did this gimmick for a little bit. Then then Adam Pearce, then Colt Cabana.
I thought it was the Sheik. I was like, what was it, like 96 when he held the belt?
Right.
Then Adam Pearce again. Then some guy called Kahagas. I don't know who that is.
Kahagas, yeah. He's this he had the rising sun painted on his face.
Then Rob Conway.
Rob Conway, wow.
Yep.
Then Satoshi Kojima. Then Rob Conway. Then Hiroshi Tenzan. Then Jack Stane. Then Tim Storn. Then Nick Aldis. Then Cody Rhodes. Then Nick Aldis. And now Trevor Murdoch. Bad.
Wow.
I know. But hey, something I want to say about the championship wrestling from Georgia, the tag team stuff, so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I know all these matches on this stuff were just competitive squashes, right? They're all just like competitive squashes, but the work, it's kind of like James, you know, sometimes we would talk about NXT UK, like we would try to sell it to Zeus how even when it was inconsequential matches, like the work inside the matches were like so good compared to all the other wrestling we were seeing.
Exactly. Yes, absolutely.
So like these competitive squashes, the work in the competitive squashes are still like really good, and like
fucking Mike Jackson was awesome.
Yeah. And these people are doing like actual tag team wrestling, you know,
Yeah.
like strategies involved. And
I was marking out for Mike Jackson the whole program. I was watching the whole 2 hours. I wanted to see more Mike Jackson. He was an awesome jobber.
He's still wrestling.
Right?
No, what? No. Get the fuck out of here, Zeus. No, stop.
2021, Mike Jackson is still wrestling.
Holy
You're full of shit. No way.
I'm not full of shit, but
no way.
He is.
How old is he? Like 75? Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you.
Oh my God! Somebody, we gotta find a match. We gotta find a match.
I saw some highlights of him. He's 71.
Really?
He's
71. My God, he was an amazing jobber, man.
Yep.
He was awesome.
He's listed at 5'10". That's a big fucking lie.
Nah, he wasn't 5'10". Come on.
If he's 5'8", then I'm 6'4".
I'm going to say 5'8". You're pushing it, that too. He's like Adam Cole, baby.
He was born in 1949.
Yeah.
I got to use a calculator to figure out the math because I'm not
71
now. 71? Okay.
You know,
wow.
he wasn't in the Road Warrior squash match. But man, when Hawk pressed that guy there was no help. I mean, he was like
no.
His body. He's just like the power of those were not small guys that they wrestled that night.
Did you see how Hawk kicked him in the head after the pin? He was a little pissed with him. He's like 1, 2, 3, and then he got up and he kicked him in the head. I was like, holy shit!
I tell you, I don't know what's worse. Is if you've got to be, you know, if you got to face the Road Warriors, or take that damn front face that tombstone pile driver off the roof of that electrical shed into those tables and light tubes. I don't know which is worse.
Oh,
you probably have you know, at least your lungs wouldn't be possibly poisoned with light tube.
Yeah.
If you got the crap beat out of you by the Road Warriors, but
you know who had a good competitive squash was Nikita Koloff. He had like a singles one.
Yeah,
he had the tag team belt with him, the NWA tag team belt with him, and
that was that match they showed from Charlotte, right?
Oh no, he was in two different things. He had a singles competitive squash, and then he was in like a tag team one later on.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, the singles one, I was really impressed. There was one point he like blocked like just a transitional move, and I don't know, it was just like I was like, oh, you don't see people do like little things like this anymore.
I'm gonna campaign for a Mike Jackson T-shirt.
I bet he's got one.
I'm sure he does. I want him and you guys remember Jose Luis Rivera?
Oh, okay.
Vaguely.
He was the WWF version of Mike Jackson.
Right. Okay.
He was undefeated for a while too. He was doing the Goldberg gimmick. He was like Jobber versus Jobber, and he was like the undefeated Jobber. And then he finally lost like Tito Santana. It was funny. It was awesome.
What about a Rocky King?
Rocky King looked like he was sculpted.
Like I know he was jobbing and stuff. He was predominantly a jobber, but man, that dude was in shape. I was like, how this dude was in shape. Surprised the WWE wasn't like, oh my god.
How do you not push that guy, you know?
I think he was just a little too small.
Yeah.
Because we were coming into that age of giants.
Yeah, that's true.
Mike Jackson was at the GCW BLP 3-cup stuffed pay-per-view.
What?
Yes, he was in the 6-way scramble where Jordan Oliver won over him, Billy Starks, Marcus Mathers, Mike Jackson, Nick Wayne, and Starboy Charlie.
Okay.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna make a statement right now. If AEW puts Mike Jackson in if they put him in a dark or elevation YouTube show, I will watch that match.
I bet you he probably he probably runs circles around half the AEW fucking locker room. That guy was awesome, man.
It's your move, AEW.
Right?
Yeah, AEW, your move. Tony Khan, are you listening, you bastard? There you go.
Yeah, Tony Khan, you want to move the Mark Out Mania needle?
Yeah.
Mike Jackson in a squash match.
He's had his cage matches get him listed at 12 matches for this year.
Wow.
Oh, get out of here. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm out of breath watching 12 matches. He's in 12 matches. It's brutal.
Right.
Oh, my God. Wow, that's good stuff, man. That's it. I'm marking out hard for Mike Jackson. He threw a pretty drop kick.
Yeah. Yeah, he was all around excellent. He was just small, and he kind of had the Arn Anderson thing where he always looked like he was 50.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a big bald spot in the top of his head, which I can relate to, unfortunately. But
Right.
That's when you got to give him a gimmick, though. You shave his head, you grow out his beard, and you make him a heel. Some Russian.
Yeah, but I mean, who knows? He might have been horrible on the mic.
True.
But
then you give him a manager.
Yeah, that's all. Give him a mouthpiece.
Yeah. But everybody needs an Italian Stallion, a George South, a Mike Jackson, Dusty Wolf,
Steve Lombardi, man.
Oh, what about the NWA president,
Bob Geigel?
Yeah.
Bob Geigel, man.
Like Telly Savalas.
But that guy couldn't promote. He couldn't push it. He couldn't promote any. You couldn't come to the show, and it's going to be fun. And I was like, my God, Gordon Solie had to help him out like 5 times.
Let me take it from here.
Yeah. It's going to be a show. It's going to be a big show. It's going to be a super show. Yeah.
That was
There's some nice unflavored pudding in the back if you'd like that.
Unflavored pudding.
We got Jello. It's green, and there's another one. If you come early, you will get red.
I'm like, unflavored pudding is like basically like, oh, here's bechamel sauces.
Yeah.
Oh, and Ted DiBiase.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we talked about his promos. Yeah. Oh, I like the fact that every time he was wearing a suit, he was gonna get beat up in the ring.
Yeah. Yeah, I said earlier he was great up and down the thing, like promos, wrestling, and like the way they were working. They were building up him versus Garvin, and then at the same time they're building up him versus Bob, and they're building up him versus this and that.
It goes to show you too what kind of shape that Ronnie Garvin actually got in for his run with Ric Flair, because he looked totally different there. He was a lot heavier there, a lot heavier. He was a big dick, and then he got into really good shape against Flair.
Yeah.
I like Ronnie Garvin.
Jerry Oates, man. Oh my God, remember him, Jerry Oates? Holy shit. That's old school, man. Him and Garvin. I forgot the Oates brothers.
Hey, so speaking of the Oates brothers, since we brought up the Hollywood Blondes, and they're the most featured team in this episode. I I did not
There's
know.
3 matches of theirs.
I did not realize there was been 4 different reiterations of the Hollywood Blondes.
4?
Yeah.
Yes. So
Jesus.
the original is Buddy Roberts and Jerry Brown from the 70s. They were around for 7 years. Then you got Rip Rogers and Ted Oates, which they're only around for a short time in 84. Then later in 84, you have Dusty Wolf and Ken Timms. I don't know.
Dusty Wolf. Oh my God.
Do y'all know Ken Timms?
Vaguely.
Oh yeah, okay. So he tagged with Eric Embry some.
Well,
yeah,
then,
he was kind of one of those Memphis guys.
I remember Eric Embry. Wow, I haven't heard from him in a while.
Of course, we know the other one, Austin and Pillman.
Yeah. Hey, don't forget the West Hollywood Blondes now.
Was that
that's Lenny Lane and Bodie.
Yeah.
And Billy Gunn.
And then, currently you have the Varsity Blondes on AEW, which is Brian Pillman Jr. and Griff Garrison.
Jr.
Yeah.
They're going to be at the next AML show.
Okay.
Go watch AML with their awesome looking title belts.
They do have amazing titles.
That is a good belt.
The heavyweight title's beautiful.
That's a gorgeous looking belt. I think that belt and the NXT UK belt, they got 2 of the best looking belts around today.
Yeah.
I don't like the AEW strap. I don't like anything that WWE has.
Yeah. Oh God, that internet title.
Was it this week that they announced that fucking TBS thing, or was that last week?
I think it was last week. The women's TBS title.
Yeah,
that's an ugly looking strap too.
I mean, it's as ugly as the TNT one.
Yeah, it's just the same thing, just different
with different network.
It's crap.
If they ever end up on
crap.
If they ever end up on like some other network, it'll be like the HBO Max Championship, the Access Championship.
It was horrible.
They're gonna do like Lance Storm and just put stickers over the.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Why do they not have a YouTube championship? Since they're on YouTube, they have like 2 shows on YouTube. So where is their YouTube?
I don't think YouTube
your titles look like shit when the FTW Championship is the best looking strap you got. It is.
Yeah.
I don't like the heavyweight belt. It tries to look like the Mid-South, but it doesn't do it. It tries.
It's really busy, and I mean it's got some good.
The AML belt looks more like the Mid-South. Okay, it doesn't.
The AML belt's a much better homage to that.
Yeah, and I can't stand those tag team belts.
I just put those out of my head, but yeah, they're like so bad.
They're bad. I mean, they're bad. I mean, the WWE, those twin Spartan head belts.
I can't stand those. Those are ugly.
Oh my God! I mean, that may be one of the worst representations.
Yeah.
They should have brought back the old school belts, man. They should have brought back the ones that the British Bulldogs had and the Road Warriors had. Those.
I used to love the WWF. Like my brother Larry and I used to want those belts, like to be the champions or whatever.
They were good looking belts, not these shits. These things look like they're plastic.
Yeah, they're terrible.
They're terrible, man.
I don't like the main titles in the WWE. The ones that's just the logo.
I don't like any of those.
Good titles.
I tell you, but the best looking belts that WWE has is not even on their main program. It's NXT UK Championships, the best looking belt. It's the best looking belt.
Let's be honest. A medieval European crest of arms looks great on anything.
True.
You can put that on a sports jacket. Oh, it's a beautiful blazer. Oh my God, it's a beautiful belt.
You can put that on Tommy Rich. You can put that on Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio will look good. How do you say fish and chips in Spanish? Oh my God.
Pesca y frita?
Yeah, something like that. Rap is crap.
But the Georgia World TV title, not the one Tully had, but the one that was in Georgia. That I love that belt. It's a big gaudy, I mean the faceplate is shaped like a TV set almost. It's very stuck in the time period. It was definitely a part of that time. And that might be one of the few belts that was really because they used a lot of older belts, until Crockett came along. So there were some nice belts. There were some ugly belts, and God, who was?
I think World Class had nice belts.
Oh yeah, they 100%. All their belts look good always.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at the belt, the TV belt. That was a super nice belt.
Yeah,
you couldn't see it very well on that YouTube video, but you look it up online and you're like, oh shit, that is a nice looking belt.
Yeah, it's very late 70s, early 80s looking. Lots of bright color on it. And it incorporated that backdrop, the backdrop of the show in it. So it's like I said, sadly they didn't have anything else. The national belt got kind of absorbed into the Crockett national belt that got absorbed into the U.S. title. So,
man, I wish someone bring this design back. That was nice.
There's so many iterations of the national title.
And the U.S. title.
And the U.S. title too, yeah. The one that the spoiler held didn't look too bad.
Right. The World Class American title goes way back. I think that goes back into the 50s.
That far back, really? Wow. Yeah, I think World Class are some of the best looking belts, period. All their straps always look great,
Oh, hey, I can't remember the guy's name. Someone was on there. He just did a promo. They didn't show him wrestle, but he was, I'm trying to remember who he was with, but he had a belt, and he said he was the Alabama champion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh shit.
I can't remember the guy's name.
I'm seeing it right now. I'm seeing it. Yeah.
He was with Bob Armstrong. Right?
Yeah.
Bob Armstrong.
He was an Alabama champion. Yeah. He was wearing glasses. Yeah.
I was like Alabama championship.
Well, I mean that was they were their own territory for a while.
Yeah. No, it was all those regional straps too, all those regional straps back in the day. Like how many belts did Florida had? I mean, Florida had like 1 billion belts,
Well, and that was the thing too. Is kind of the same thing. Mid Atlantic had Mid Atlantic level, and then they had the national level, and then the world champion would come, and that was the same. The Georgia was the same way. They had Georgia titles and they had national titles, and then Florida had Florida titles because remember what's his name? Mike Rotunda was like the last Florida champion for a while. And then he gave the belt to Rick Steiner. You remember that?
I think so, yeah.
That was like right at the beginning of the varsity
Yeah.
club.
Yeah, that sounds familiar, yeah. I missed the varsity club. That was good stuff.
I had no idea they reunited in like 2003 for All Japan.
Pork Chop Cash was the wrestler.
There you go, Pork Chop Cash. I was gonna say I knew it was some of meat like steak well done or some shit like that. Pork Chop Cash. There you go. Good job.
Yeah. And that was the thing. Sometimes guys would just float in and, get a couple of paychecks and do a couple shows, and you just wouldn't see them again. It's like they'd just be in between, two other places. It's like, it's just.
You come in for a paycheck and that's it,
Well, I mean, they probably came to see if something would stick, and if it didn't. If it just didn't light the fire for somebody, and then they were like, okay, well, this didn't work, so it didn't catch on like I thought it would, so they're not offering me, as much as I was getting in blah blah blah.
It was funny how the Road Warriors were wrestling on the show as the AWA World Tag Team Champions.
Oh yeah.
So that was kind of cool. I was like, okay. They didn't show them with the belts, though. I noticed that.
Man, y'all aren't going to believe this. Pork Chop Cash, as recently as 2006, held the NWA Mississippi Junior Heavyweight Championship.
Nice.
Jesus. Him and Mike Jackson should form a tag team. What the hell?
AEW, if you put Mike Jackson and Pork Chop Cash on your YouTube show,
I would mark out so hard. Okay?
We will watch it and talk about it.
Yes. Mike Jackson, man.
Man, good stuff.
That was fun.
Episodes. Yeah, so Zeus, you got to give us another show.
Yeah, man, you got to give us another show, Zeus.
Oh yeah, I got one.
You got one?
I got one already. So.
Oh yeah, baby.
Same.
We should all do like a territory run. We'll start with NWA, then we'll hit like AWA or Mid South, Mid Atlantic, fucking Florida, world class, Texas, all that shit.
I'll tell y'all my what's the word? Is it blind spots? Is that what I'm thinking about? The stuff I haven't seen. I still haven't seen Smoky Mountain.
Oh, Smoky Mountain was good.
I haven't seen Portland. I haven't seen.
Only issue with Smoky Mountain is old school. It's like old school booking, old school everything.
That sounds like it's the good thing.
Until you get to the gangsters, then it changes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the things that pop up in my head that I haven't seen a lot of. I haven't seen much Florida stuff either. So.
Oh man.
Well, Florida was good, man. Especially the whole shit with Kevin Sullivan and the Purple Haze and Dusty Rhodes and all that shit. The Midnight Rider, all of that was great, man.
Yeah, Blackjack Mulligan.
And yeah, man, Barry Windham and all that shit.
I've seen a little bit of. Have y'all seen much of the CWA from Germany, the Catch Wrestling Association?
No, I haven't seen a lot of that.
That stuff's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah, that's where Otto Wands was from.
Yeah, Otto Wands. Yeah,
he's champion forever. You can find his matches against Vader.
Didn't Otto Wands hold the AWA strap once?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speaking of interesting, did any of you guys see the Luna Vachon Dark Side of the Ring?
No, I
haven't seen it yet. Is it good?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. You want to talk about living a gimmick? Woo.
Oh, I gotta see this.
Yeah, she was legit bipolar. Legit. I think it was undiagnosed. because they would call her by different names based on her different personalities.
Oh,
Oh
dang.
wow.
Like, because like her name was Gertrude, right? So they would call her Trudy's one of her personalities. Then you had Luna for lunatic. And you had Lee. I mean, she was legit bipolar, but it was undiagnosed. But she was a little nutso, you know.
We'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I need to check out that episode and the one from last week about the K9.
Yeah, that was kind of fucked up.
Yeah, Johnny K9, right?
Yeah.
That's not either.
Well, yeah. I should get ready because you know what next week's is, right? This week's coming up.
What?
XPW.
Oh boy.
Hey Zeus, you ready to relive some Lizzie Borden action?
Oh man.
You remember that?
Rob Black's doing some fucking good jobs.
Yeah, should be fun. Actually, I wonder if they're gonna get into when they try to emulate the ECW. When they had everybody from ECW come in.
It's got to be,
Yeah.
So
I mean, they had everybody from ECW come in. Remember that?
a ton of people, yeah.
Yeah. That's why Shane Douglas cut that stupid promo on Hogan and Flair.
He called Kip Fry on the phone.
Yeah.
From the promo, telling me he's quitting.
Jesus.
Oh man, it's like Chris Candido. He's like, I'm getting out of the ring. You can burn this bridge if you want to, buddy.
Yeah.
I like you.
I said, yeah, but see you later. I'm out of here. Rob Black. That was Herb Abrams, Pedro, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, he was Herb Abrams version 2. And
He's like Herb Abrams and Walter White.
Yeah. So I think the XPW one should be interesting.
yeah.
You know?
Well, 150 in the bag now.
Wow, who would have thunk it?
150 more.
150, 100. Yeah, you know what? Why not? God willing, why not? Why not? I say keep it going.
Keep it going, man. Y'all got anything to plug?
Not this week, I don't think.
No, back at therapy, getting beat up by geriatrics. It's all good, but you got to do what you got to do to keep ticking. I got to keep the baboon heart pumping so I can keep being here for another 150 episodes. So here we go.
Yeah. Let's see. On Wednesdays we got Tom's Weird Life on my various social media, my webcomic. On Tuesday you got Looking at Cards. We're in season 2. This past Tuesday we did Pokemon cards, and we got some playing cards coming up on, so everyone will see.
Yeah. Can we have a Halloween episode coming up?
I'm hoping on the 30th we'll have a Halloween episode, but I gotta make sure with I don't want to say anything yet.
Right. I'm sure that there will be some films to discuss.
Yeah, I've been watching some stuff. So
yes, I've been watching some scary movies too. That black.
I'm gonna get Zeus to watch *Malignant* if it's the last thing I do.
What were you saying, Zeus?
Oh, that midnight mass is pretty good.
Everybody keeps saying that it's good. I gotta check it out.
I haven't finished the whole first season or whatever it is, but
also on Thursdays the Crap Talk show on my Patreon, patreon.com.
Oh yeah,
Studios with Bean and I. So
hello, my name is Boone. I talk like this because I feel like.
Hi, my name is Bean. I don't need X-Pac to tell me to lose the gimmick.
Yeah, everyone, thanks for tuning in. Thank you, YYH. And
Y-Dose H-Dose.
We'll see everyone next week. Everyone take care and adieu.
Peace.